that you can't necessarily do in real life, but you can do in the simulator. Simulated Train Simulator episode 35, Crossrail, London Underground. And yes, in just a moment we will be taking the London Underground, well, sort of, kinda. Anywho, here we are at Willesden Junction. I was almost going to say Willesden Green, but that's on the Underground itself. And the reason why we're here is this bad boy. Now, if you know London trains, you'll know straight away that this isn't actually real. This is a reskin that has been done to convert this 378 class Electrostar into something that, if London Underground was running the service, this is what it would look like. It would look like exactly this. Which I think, it does look rather cool from the outside. So that's one side. Now if we turn the camera around, we have a look at the front. There's the front. So a very London Undergroundy looking front. We'll load and unload passengers. And again, we're using the North London route pack. And so you can see, there we go, the Underground logo. And if we actually go inside, the different carriages have different destination indicators. Have a look from out here, how it looks there. But what I want to do, I want to go inside the passenger compartment. Now this is rather well done. You can see a map there of the central line. You can see some passengers. You can see the seats. You can see the grab rails and everything. And this is how the set would look if it was the London Underground set, but it isn't. So let's give it a little bit of horn. And let's take off. So we're heading up in the general direction of Richmond. And as I'm recording this episode, actually, this is what makes it a little bit stranger. While I'm recording this episode in June 2018, it's actually been 4 years since I was in London and doing trips exactly like this. I'm not going to do anything like worry about speed limits so much and stopping at stations or whatever, because you all know I can drive a train. I know I can drive a train, real and simulated. But the point of this episode is to show you this train and how it's looked reskin. There'll be a link in the show notes at simulatedertgaming.com. So if you have Train Simulator 2017/2018, you can download it for yourself, and there's a couple of tutorials on YouTube that will help you install the mods. Apart from anything London Underground, my Train Simulator 2017/2018 is basically stock standard. And I was just having a look around the internet last night, and I'm thinking, there's a little bit of London Overground stuff and some of the other rail companies, but nothing really for the Underground. Of course, there was the episode that I did in about episode 28 from memory, where I found a similar reskin where somebody had basically built one of the lines. I think it might have been the district from memory in London Underground, and built authentic trains for that. And then I found this and I thought, wow, this is really, really cool. Even though, you know, it's not true to life, but then again, it is train simulator, so you can simulate whatever you want, really, and I have done that in previous episodes. So I found this one, and then I found a version that I'll show you soon, as we have what the train actually... Oh, sorry, go outside for this bit. Whoops, not that camera, not that camera. I'll go outside in a minute. I'll adjust the camera. I found this one, and then I found another couple of ones on the same website. And if you've been watching the railway systems in the UK and keeping up with, you know, what's going on there, you'll know that there's a lot of construction work at the moment, both on London Underground and also for Crossrail. And interestingly, and I'll show you this a little bit later on, the same people behind this skin have also created what this train would look like if it was branded for Crossrail, the Elizabeth line, and you know, that's a whole other story. Elizabeth line versus Crossrail, that's another story altogether. But what they've got at the moment, as of June 2018, they've got parts of what will become Crossrail / the Elizabeth line. They've got the trains operating on two parts of the service at the moment. That's just the part in the middle and one of the parts at one of the ends that hasn't been opened yet. And so they've, for the moment, they don't want to open it and rent as Crossrail until the whole thing opens. And so basically for the interim, they're using some trains that will be used on Crossrail plus some others, but the service is currently known as TfL Rail, as in Transport for London Rail, and that will be rebranded into Crossrail and Elizabeth line when it happens. Well, that would be bumpy. So we're coming up to a station, South Acton. We're coming up to... I should go outside. Here we go. How sweet does that look? Seriously, I'm just going to give you a bit of a look. And of course, as soon as I step out of the cab, the driver alert systems and they go off. I know I had a question ages ago basically asking why do I show the outside of the trains? And yeah, I'm definitely speeding now. Why do I show the front of the trains and the outside of the trains? Isn't this just about looking out the front of the window and that's basically it? Well, yeah, a lot of it's that, but some of it is this stuff too. Being able to see the trains on the network. Now, I don't know if those sirens are in my game or outside my window. And so, yeah, some of it is to see this around. So when you've got something like this, that we can see on the screen ahead of us, where someone's gone to the effort of, you know, basically doing a reskin, isn't that what part of this is about? Yes, it's about driving the train and everything like that. Yeah, I get that. But for me, it's also seeing the train go through the outside and seeing all the work that's gone into it, as I'm seriously speeding here. Now I have to say my simulated shift manager again. Whoops. Hey simulated Earth, how are you doing? Actually, what I should do just for the moment. Don't mind me. Yeah, it's a nice screen cap. Let's go inside the cab again. I've stopped. Actually, this might be a good opportunity to walk outside if I can find the train. Oh, that's what I was doing. So I think it's a J. You press to change the indicators. I'm not sure. The destination indicator. I'm not sure. It says we're going to Edgware Road, even though on the scenario it said we're going to Richmond. But I'll take off a little bit of horn. Yeah, I like watching this sort of view, and like having a look at the work that they put into the stations as well. We're at Gunnersbury, by the way. And seeing the work that's put into the surrounds and should turn some lights on, I guess. There we go. So yeah, it's not just all looking out of the cab window. Sometimes when I'm driving my real train, sometimes I wish I could be seeing how I'm going when I'm driving and seeing the train go through the environment and that sort of things. In some of the city windows, if you take a quick look out of the cab window, if the environment's right and the windows are right and everything like that, you can actually see your train in the reflection of the windows, which is rather cool. So, after I walk down the train, see the back says it's going to Kensington High Street. J, is it? Shift J? I should have probably looked up. I don't even know if I can do it on the move, but the back of the train says we're going to Kensington High Street. That carriage says we're going to Kensington High Street. That one says we're going to Aldgate. That one says we're going to Aldgate, 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 Edgware Road. Which is interesting. I do like the idea of the trains having destination indicators on the sides as well, so the passengers can also see from the side where the train's going when they're passing through Kew Gardens. As I mentioned before, the passenger move is quite sweet as well. See the central line map there. Now some of that, I don't know if it's from the original skin or not, but the central line map there certainly wouldn't be. So that's quite cool. See the passengers there. My vigilance went off while I was in the passenger compartment. But this is, I've got to say, this is rather well done. Let's go back in the cab for a second. Now that is London Underground. The bell. That's quite sweet. So the cab, if we have a look down, I should probably just get rid of the HUD for a minute. Heads up display. So you can have a closer view. It's not as if I'm driving legitimately anyway. So you can see that the controls are relatively detailed, and of course they are the controls of the 378 that's there. That's the base for this model. Let's reset, there we go. Of course I haven't necessarily gone and looked at see what works and what doesn't. Okay, so interestingly, the horn here, the London Underground horn as I call it, is known on the dash as a depot whistle. Interesting to notice got these catch guards over the doors open button. Uh-oh. I wasn't paying attention. Oh dear. Oh dear. Someone is in trouble. Someone is in big trouble. So what I will do now, I'll go to the menu and I will select where are we? I'll leave from Gunnersbury, I think, and I'll go to Richmond, and I'll try and pay attention this time. And what we'll do, we'll go to... Now, there's not a lot of difference in this skin between the Crossrail. It basically says Crossrail on the Randall, Elizabeth line or TFL. There's not much of a difference. So I'll go Crossrail 5 car. Can I go bigger than 5 car? No, the developer said that you can't really go much bigger. You can't go as big as what the trains actually will be because of the length of the platforms on this side. But let's go Crossrail 5 cars. If you like buses, you'll be able to watch me on the Fernbus Coach Simulator. And also, what I'm looking forward to very soon is the release of Bus Simulator 18, which is so much better than Bus Simulator 16, just quietly, that you can see on the screen there. But Bus Simulator 18, that'll be out available in my hot hands very, very shortly. So we'll go back. And we'll have a look outside. So, oh, there's another. Now, is that a... So, whoops. Hang on, where am I going? actually what I'm going to do. So you can see there's my train, which on the indicator says that we're going to West Croydon, which could be true, for all I know. And then but I'm rather impressed that the two Crossrail trains. Oh, something else is approaching too. It's a London Overground train on the right there. So you can see basically what they've gone for on this particular model. Is the purple doors. On this occasion on the Roundel Crossrail. On the TfL one it basically looks the same except it says TfL rail, and on the Elizabeth line one it says Elizabeth line, with the purple doors, which will be pretty much the shade of purple used on the Elizabeth line / Crossrail. But from the front, just looking there, you wouldn't even know. You'd think that's just a London Overground train. And here's the interior. Now the Crossrail. You can see the other train over there. Here's a Crossrail train as well. You can see the Crossrail map. So what they've basically done is this is what Crossrail will look like when it's finished and open, from Shenfield all the way through. The branch from Abbeywood will join near Whitechapel, go under the centre of London, and then it'll branch out. One half will go to Heathrow Airport and the other half will go to Reading. So basically at the moment, as of June 2018, the Shenfield to Liverpool Street and Hayes and Harlington to Paddington sections are opened, with the trains that will be Crossrail trains eventually. But that gives you an idea, and as I said, the inside looks pretty good. You can see they've made an effort for the colour purple. So we'll go inside the cab, we'll go for a drive. As you can see, exactly the same cab as before. So there we are, leaving Richmond. So the purple does actually look pretty sweet. I know one of my colleagues would love this sort of train because it's purple. But it does look pretty sweet. There's the front on this model. As you can see, they've basically left the front end as it looks on London Overground. So they haven't gone to change the front end so it's purple or anything like that. Actually, I think that'll look pretty good. I wonder if I know if I can learn how to do that myself. and just make the front of that purple to match the doors. But I think that'd be pretty sweet, considering that on the London Underground model they made the front of that train red. So I think that'd be pretty cool to make the front of this purple. I don't know how legit that'd be if I'd be able to do it or whatever. As I said a little bit earlier on in the episode, I don't have a lot of my stuff on Train Simulator modified, unlike of course GTA 5, which is extremely highly modified. So yeah, this episode is basically to show off the skin rather than just driving a train. Okay, that's it, Danny. Oh, the train was on the other side. Not that I normally drive like this, of course. I do a lot of driving. Penalty. I do a lot of driving from the cab, but considering I'm showing off the skin, why not? Why not do it this way? So I will have to. I've done a bit of changing of my computer setup. I will have to see if I can find what I did with the London Underground skin that I used on a previous episode, and make sure that that's in my game again as well, but it's disappeared. If you know computers and you don't mind modifying things, this skin's for you. If you want just your basic stock standard train simulator, well, you won't be able to get this. So I have reached the end of this quick drive scenario. Get the little yellow button.